Hey, Doc, this is Dr. Mark Supernon, Charlotte, North Carolina. And just kind of give some background on me. Struggled massively in practice early on, about 18 years ago. In fact, was working at a bar 3 nights a week just to make ends meet. Then I found some coaching and some guidance along the way. One of the crazy things is that I know that adjusting times are a massive part of as you get busier. I've seen anywhere between 100 a week. Currently, right now, we're seeing about 500 a week, but we've seen up to 1,100 a week. And some of the challenges we've had along the way is always keeping things moving and adjusting times. So I kind of want to just give you a little bit of insight on how we deal with things at Max Living and kind of how we keep things obviously moving and going in our office. One of the key points for making sure that people are moving during adjusting times is number one is that they have to be trained from the beginning, that they know exactly where to go, how to lay down, how to position themselves on the table, get checked in. So that way, when the doctor comes in the room, it's adjusting time right away. It's super important for the patient to be face down, because if they're face down, then they have less likelihood of wanting to talk. And so we've taught them that very early on about how to position themselves. So that way we don't have to worry about that. And they're already face down. That's number one. Number two, my team also teaches them how to get adjusted. The doctor's not going to talk a lot during the adjusting times. They may say some things to you, but essentially what they're trying to do is remove the interference so your body can heal. And that's their whole goal. If you have any kind of bigger issues, bigger problems, if you want to complain, or if you have a complaint or have some kind of symptomatic issues, we can always set up a consult. My team gives out my phone number, my email, however they want to communicate with me. That's also a great way to be able to do it as well. So that's number two, is that they teach them how to get adjusted. If they have bigger problems, issues, if they have questions, symptoms, it's not a time to talk when they're on the table, because that's at times that we focus on getting adjusted and getting people in and out. So that way we can respect people's times and energy when they're coming into the office. Number three, super important for me as the doctor to take the fewest amount of steps as I possibly can. And so what that means is that I have my tables side by side like this, and I just move from side to side inside of there. Now, after I'm done, after that last adjustment on the person, I say powers on and I move to the next one. Typically, when I say powers on, there's not another word said. It's just moving directly over to the next table. And then that patient that's getting up knows to cut their own face paper, knows to put their own stuff away, clean their table. We're having them clean their table off right now. And so those are the keys kind of really to making sure that the adjustments. Now, the other things that we do kind of surrounding that, some of our guys use numbering system to be able to bring and put them into queue. For us, we just train them to do their pre-adjustment exercises, and then they line up down the sides outside of the T-bar, not overlooking the patient, but outside so they know who's next. So that's typically how we do it to make sure that things are running smoothly. Also, they understand, and this is the other piece, is like I said, they're trained that if they have a bigger issue or problem, we always want to speak to them outside of hours or set up a consultation time. That's one of the best ways. Now, for some of my doctors that have struggled with the 3-minute adjusting time as opposed to the 30-second adjusting time or a minute adjusting time, basically what we do is we try to help. It's a mindset thing that we say, that you don't need to do more and you don't need to talk more during the adjustment. Our job is just to remove the interference and let the body heal. And so the less I talk and the more focused I am on the adjustment, the better the adjustments I can get, especially when it starts to get busy. My team has to be really good at explaining that to them right from the moment that they start care. Now, if I get in the middle of conversations a lot with people, then they're going to expect that for the rest of their care. So we try to start them out early, that once I adjust them, I'm moving out of there. Now, if you're still having, and a lot of my guys that I coach about 90 people, if they're still having problems or issues with adjusting times being too long, then we actually set up a video camera in the area so you can watch the steps, the language, the talking, all that stuff to make sure that this thing keeps moving along the way. So that's one of the best things that I've seen, is that if once you see it yourself, you're like, man, I probably really didn't need to talk about that football game. What I could have talked about is how we're having a class next week. And so that's essentially what you have to do with videotaping it. You can help cut down some of those times. And then again, sometimes maybe you're just adjusting too many segments. So there's a lot of things to do with adjusting times. A lot of my patients that they get the 30-second to a minute adjustments, even at 1,100 a week, they will tell you that they felt like I've spent a ton of time with them, because once I lay my hands on somebody, I am present time focused and present time conscious with them, that I make sure that I'm fully in with them and that they feel me there, and they feel like you spend an eternity with them on a minute, as opposed to talking to them about nothing and being focused all over the place and spending 3 minutes with them. So again, hope this helps. If you need anything else, you can contact me. The team can get you my number, my email. We can talk more if you need any help. Have a blessed day.